Well, good morning. Welcome back to the Action News 5 Digital Desk. Have you ever been to the World War II Museum in New Orleans? If you haven't, you are missing out on an American treasure. I went there with my family a number of years ago, and I was blown away at how comprehensive, how amazing this museum is. I think it's one of the best in the country. And joining me now to talk more about this museum and what's being offered as we approach the D-Day anniversary, the 81st D-Day anniversary, is retired Army Colonel Peter Crane. He is Vice President of Education and Access at the National World War II Museum in New Orleans. I appreciate you joining us, Peter. Thank you so much for coming on the digital desk. So first off, tell me how the World War II Museum began there in Memphis for our audience. I know it started as the National D-Day Museum, but give me just a quick little history lesson, if you will. Good morning.
Sure. Well, thanks for having me, Andrew. I really appreciate the opportunity. Yes, we started out as the D-Day Museum 25 years ago as a single building museum that focused on the battle, D-Day and the battle in Normandy, but wound up growing to the National World War II Museum, to a campus of over 7 acres and 7 different pavilions to tell that big story that you were talking about.
Yeah, it is certainly, it's so comprehensive, and I loved it just from a parental perspective. With my kids who were little at the time, they were just, it was overwhelming. But it was so enjoyable, and I felt like I couldn't see the whole museum in the afternoon that I went there. I mean, I wanted to spend the entire day. I mean, just looking at the aircraft is incredible. So listen, tell me a little bit about the history of why it's in New Orleans and what to expect if people want to go, not only this week, but later this summer.
Well, we're in New Orleans for really a great reason, and that is American industrialist Andrew Jackson Higgins. He made what was called the Higgins boats. If you saw the movie Saving Private Ryan, in that very first scene, you see the guys coming ashore on those small wooden landing craft. Every one of those was made right here in New Orleans. Higgins Industries made more than 20,000 of them during the war. And so that's the main reason why we're here. But we've been telling the story of World War II from the very beginning through individual stories, personal accounts of those who fought the war. And we take an immersive approach. So like you were talking about, you can see the planes, you can see the artifacts and get a feeling for what it was like.
No question about it. So here we are. It has grown so much over the last 25 years. It is still very much a part of any kind of history lesson or visit for visitors down there in New Orleans. What would you want to say to the people of Memphis, the thousands of people we have watching us here on the digital desk, about not only this museum, but making sure you carve out some time to go see it if you are traveling to New Orleans, which, by the way, many Memphians do?
Well, absolutely. You're not that far away from us, so we'd love to have you come down. New Orleans is always an inviting place, and of course, we are the #1 attraction here in New Orleans. But for those who can't come down here, you can still enjoy the products that we have. You can come to the National WWII Museum.org, or even just go to neworleans.com to look what we have online. And we always have something going on. We have webinars, we have articles, we live stream all of our events. So there's always something that people can do to connect with us, and we of course would love to have everybody come down, but you can still meet us online.
Is there a place online, you just mentioned online about streaming, is there a place online where people can go and get more information about the museum, its hours, how to get tickets, that sort of thing?
Sure. As our website, actually, there's two websites you can go to: our National WW, the number two museum.org, or neworleans.com, and just follow the links on that. And you can plan your visit on our website, and you could also, of course, explore the artifacts we have, our oral histories. We have thousands of them online, so you can actually hear World War II veterans telling the story themselves.
I have to say, one of the things that we enjoyed as a family is watching the planning in that room for D-Day. And we're here. We know how the story ends, but it was still so intense. It was still so, you felt like you were in the planning stages of trying to figure out exactly how the troops are going to go in, the weather, different information that's going and dropping pamphlets. So incredible, so immersive. Really enjoy it. And retired Army Colonel Peter Crane, thank you so much for joining us on the Digital Desk. We appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.